samurai sword that vampires, including myself, carried for protection, but my heart still fluttered when he looked at me. But we had many books to get through, so I pulled away and placed this one into the old-fashioned brass-hinged steamer trunk on the floor. "Work now, play later," I reminded him. "I find mixing business with pleasure makes both more interesting. I find I'd rather spend my off hours not packing away dusty books." "Being a vampire isn't always about getting what you want, Sentinel. Although I'll concede I can imagine more enjoyable ways of spending our time." Sentinel was my title, a kind of house protector. Ethan used it when he was aggravated with me, or when he was trying to make a point. "Then you probably shouldn't have irritated the GP so much they kicked you out." He gave me a flat look. "They didn't kick us out." "I know. We voted to break up with them before they could break up with us." This time, his flat look was accompanied by an arched eyebrow, Ethan's signature move. He wore the expression, much like everything else, very well. "Are you purposely riling me up?" he asked. "I am. Is it working?" He growled, but there was a smile on his face as he did it. I turned back to the books. "Can't we just randomly grab half the books and throw them into the trunk? Will Darius really know the difference?" "He might not, but I would, and so would the librarian." He looked at me askance. "I'm surprised at you, Sentinel. You're usually the bookish type." I had a master's degree, and then some, so I agreed I was the bookish type, and I was proud of it. But his statement wasn't exactly a ringing endorsement. I narrowed my eyes. "I'm not sure you meant that as a compliment." "I'm not sure either," he said with a wink, and handed me another book. "But your point is well taken." As I added the book to the trunk, Ethan stepped back and scanned the shelves. I did too, looking for anything obviously out of place. The Presidium Guide to Alienating the American Houses, or the like. But before I found anything remotely appropriate, Ethan sidled next to me, a hand propped on the shelf. "Come here often," he said. "Excuse me?" "I see you're here in this." He gestured at the shelves. "Library, all alone. You must be a student here." He traced a fingertip down the hollow of my throat, lifting goosebumps on my arms. Since my mind hardly worked when he did things like that, it took a moment for his words to register. Was he initiating a bout of role-playing? About a library? "Ethan Sullivan," I marveled. "You have a library fantasy." He smiled slyly. "I have a doctoral student-turned-vampire fantasy." Before I could respond, he whipped a hand around my waist and yanked my body toward him like a pirate on a romance novel cover. I nearly laughed at the move until I met his gaze. His eyes smoldered, deep green warring with silver. Ethan leaned down, his lips at my ear. "You aren't laughing now." "No," I hoarsely said. "I definitely am not." "Ahem," said a loud voice in the doorway. We looked over. Luke, former captain of Cadogan's guards, now tied for the position of House Second, stood in the doorway. As House Sentinel, I was an unofficial member of the guards, which made Luke my pseudo-boss. "Sentinel," he said, "the guests are going to be here in an hour, and we're nearly done setting up outside. Since this is your party, perhaps you'd like to join us at some point?" He was right about the party. I was the house's social chair, an appointment Ethan had given me as both a punishment and an incentive to get to know my fellow Cadogan vampires. But he was wrong that I'd been avoiding my party prep duties. I'd cleared my being here with the boss, or at least the one currently wearing a suit. I slid Ethan a suspicious glance, but kept our conversation private, activating the telepathic link between us. "I thought you told Luke you needed my help getting this done before the party." He shrugged.